Hello everybody and welcome, I am Boom, and we're gonna go ahead and dance our way into Johto, grabbing a Bellossom along the way and taking it back to Kanto to see if we could beat Pokemon FireRed with just a single Bellossom. It's a branch evolution of Gloom, while Vileplume has an additional poison typing, making it better in my opinion. This is only a grass type, meaning there are going to be some parts of the game where we are definitely going to struggle. From a stats perspective, it's got a decent bit of bulk to it and a passable attack and HP, but we definitely do find ourselves lacking in that speed department. Also, if my voice sounds a little bit different than normal, I am just now starting to get over being sick, so I will do my best to cut out any lingering coughs that may pop up, but if you hear one or two, I certainly apologize. Also, speaking of lacking, our moveset between the moves learned and the moves we can learn by TM is pretty much horrible. All the moves that we could grab as a Gloom are gone forever, leaving us with a pretty lackluster moveset. Truth be told, given the fact that Agatha has the partial poison typing, and that's where Chikorita fell, I can see this one being one that we may not be able to win. Granted, our stats are better, but I don't know. We name our Bellossom 9, since this is the 9th out of 14 runs as voted on by the Discord community. Link will be below if you want to help decide future runs and projects. We're going to go ahead, give the rival Charmander, since by the end that'll be the hardest for us to face, given the fact that it has both fire and flying type, both of which can do super effective damage. Looking at our nature, we have a gentle nature, increasing special defense while lowering physical defense, and we have the chlorophyll form ability, meaning our speed gets raised in the sunlight. Unfortunately for us, that means that we have essentially no ability in the game, making this Pokemon even worse than what we would normally have. With the first lab rival battle, we start by using Magical Leaf, and we're doing more damage than I would have thought, and we actually take it down with plenty of HP to spare. Good news is, with Magical Leaf, it's a decent power move, and there's no chance of missing, so this is probably going to be with us for the remainder of the game. Granted, there are so few moves that we actually can learn, I guess that's not really surprising. So with that done, we could go to Viridian Forest and begin making our way through there, but given the fact that we're a third stage Pokemon with a decent move under our belt, which means we're immune to Sand Attack, we'll go ahead and go to the optional rival fight and just give that a go. Brock himself is going to be easy no matter what level we get to him. The rival first sends out Pidgey. It uses Sand Attack, and we use Magical Leaf, not even doing half. It uses Tackle for a little bit of damage, and we take it into the yellow. We manage to take it down, and we're a little above half thanks to that level up. Next out is Charmander, and Scratch isn't doing too much to us. With Charmander coming out, we go ahead and paralyze it, and then from there we just focus on our Magical Leaf, and thankfully we get a few lucky turns of paralysis, so we can take it down with only a few HP to our name remaining. Alright, so we'll go ahead and now make our way through Viridian Forest. We don't need to fight every trainer, especially given the fact that we have that weakness to poison types. So what we'll do after we get through Viridian Forest is we'll fight Brock and see how things go. Brock starts with Geodude, and we open up with Magical Leaf, taking it down in one shot. Next up is Onix, and it uses Tackle, and then we're able to go ahead and use another Magical Leaf to take it down in one shot, winning us a pretty simple battle. Now that the first gym battle is done and out of the way, we can go ahead and make our way towards Cerulean City. As always, if you like the video, make sure to give the like button a little quick tap, and hit that subscribe button as well. We're always working on our watch hours, trying to get likes, and now that hyping is introduced, those are all free ways to be able to get the video to other people. And you know what, while you're at it, tell me your favorite superhero, anime hero, or villain. Favorite villain of mine is Joker from the Batman series, and favorite hero at the moment is All Might from My Hero Academia. And All Might would say, I am here to take the Dome Fossil, because even he knows that it's the best one to go with. So with that, let's go ahead and roll into Cerulean City. Also, if you want to become a member, that is also an option, but I prefer to stick to the free stuff. But if you want to help, that's always cool too. We have two options available, and I think what I'm going to do is go with the one that we have at least a type advantage against. Misty may not be the easiest for us to beat, but at the very least, we should be able to win the battle. All that is going to depend on Confusion Luck and how much Water Pulse actually does, or if she even uses Water Pulse. Misty starts off with Staryu, and Water Pulse only does a few points of damage as we use Magical Leaf and one-shot it. After that, it's out to Starmie, and a Swift does a bit more damage than Water Pulse, but we take it to the tiniest of slivers, Misty heals up and we take it back to red, then take it down to win us a very simple battle. Now, I have to wonder if the rival battle is going to be just as easy. The biggest problem with grass types in these particular runs is the fact that both Pidgeotto and Charmander will be able to do super effective damage against us. The good news is, without the poison typing, I guess that means that Kadabra and Alakazam can't later, but for now, let's go ahead and see how this particular battle goes. Pidgeotto's up first, so we open with Magical Leaf, taking it to not quite half, as it uses Gust for decent damage. Another Magical Leaf takes it to yellow, and we get hit again before taking it down. Charmander's up, and Ember takes us to 10 HP with a crit, and we actually do a decent bit of damage. We use Absorb to try and get back a little HP, but we just end up going down. The next battle, Pidgeotto is basically the same. Charmander doesn't get a crit this time, so we're actually able to take it down with a decent little bit of HP remaining. Next out is Abra, and what we're just going to do is take it down with a few Absorbs, regaining any HP that we may need for Rattata, who uses Quick Attack, and then we can just take it down to win the battle. So honestly, with both of the main battles done and out of the way, we'll go ahead and head through the route to the north, and then we can board the ship. We'll fight through the decent bit of trainers, grabbing the items that we need, and then all too soon, it's time for us to fight the rival, and hopefully things will still continue to work out pretty well for us. Honestly, this early portion of the game shouldn't be too difficult for us, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Pidgeotto kicks things off, and we take it to around half as it hits with a Gust, and then we can take it down. Charmeleon is next Pokemon, and we take it to almost half, and Ember does a little bit of damage, and we do use Absorb, and then we can go ahead and take it down. Raticate comes out, and we use Absorb, taking it to almost half, and we actually get some HP back. Hyper Fang does a little bit of damage, and then a Magical Leaf takes it down. And then finally, Kadabra's out, misses its one shot, and then we can go ahead, take it down pretty quickly. After that, we'll go ahead and give the captain a quick little back rub, and another easy trash can puzzle, and with that, it's time for us to go ahead and fight Surge. Surge first sends out Voltorb, and we get hit with Shockwave first, and despite the crit, it doesn't do much, and we take it down with one shot. Pikachu is next, and we outspeed it, which is actually kind of shocking, and then we can take it down. Raichu is next, and it will set up some double teams, but Magical Leaf can't miss, so we take it to yellow. A Quick Attack connects, so that we take it down to win the battle, and the badge. Now that we're done with that, we have a good bit of travel with us, getting into the next leg of the game. Truth be told, I don't know if we're going to beat Erika quite yet, just given her typing. Good news is with Erika, as long as we can beat Giovanni and the rival back at the tower, we can literally wait until the very end to face her if absolutely needed. I don't think that's going to be the case, but you never know. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, finish these few battles, and then we'll go ahead and do a brief mid-game recap. Victory Bell is first, so we use Return, taking it to not even half as Acid connects for a solid chunk of damage, and we take it to yellow, then get Stun Sport and take it into the yellow ourselves. Staying paralyzed before taking it down, but only having 23 HP to our name. Tangela uses Ingrain, and we can take it to red, only because it's using Constrict. Erika does heal up and we manage to take it out, but then Vileplume just comes out and finishes us off. That actually went about like I thought it was going to, so let's go ahead and try our hand at Giovanni and see if that goes any better. Onyx is up first, so we open with Magical Leaf, taking it down in one shot. Rhyhorn comes out next, so we continue with Magical Leaf, taking it down with another one shot. Then, finally, Kangaskhan is his last Pokemon, and Bite doesn't do a lot, but Magical Leaf definitely does its fair share. We do get Tail Whipped, and we do a return to test damage, taking it down, and winning us a pretty clean battle overall. Alright, let's head to the tower, and then we'll see if we can take on the rival. If not, that could be an issue. But I think if we get past the rival, we'll be fine, because then we can move on to the other cities. So let's see what happens. Pidgeotto's up first, so we use Return, taking it to red as Sand Attack connects, and then we take it down with Magical Leaf. Charmeleon then comes up, and we use Return, taking it to red as Ember connects, so that we can take it down. Execute is next, so we miss, and Hypnosis oddly enough connects. Then Confusion connects, so we take it down. Kadabra's out, and we manage to take it down in one shot, and then Gyarados hits us with a hard Thrash, and we do take it out, winning us the battle, so now we'll go ahead and officially move on. With that out of the way, we'll at the very least go back to Erika and see how we do. Between Giovanni, the Rockets, the rival, the mandatory fights, and the tower, we were able to grab a couple levels, so with the couple levels under our belt, We'll try Erika one more time, and if that doesn't go well, we'll go to Fuchsia, and spoiler alert, I'm gonna guess that's not gonna go well for us either. Also, I tend to write these scripts as I go along, so even as I'm going through, I'm not 100% sure what's gonna happen. Erika first sends out Victory Bell, and we use Return, taking it to yellow as it uses Stun Spore. Next turn, it uses Acid, and we can go ahead and take it out. After that, Tangle is out, and it uses Ingrain, and we stay paralyzed. We can take it to yellow, and then we can take it out. Vile Plume is next, and Acid takes us to 39 HP with a crit, and we use Return, taking it to what appears to be basically half. We go to 14 HP, and then we barely manage to take it out, winning the battle and the badge. It is not often at all that we have to actually challenge Erika at a later time. It's kind of like having to lose against Bruno. But hey, because of the victory, we're officially through what I would consider the halfway point. And honestly, so far, Bellossom is doing okay. Honestly, the lack of moves is what's really hurting us here, especially with people like Erika. We have Grass, Normal, and that's it for the typing. As we go into the back half of the game, honestly, I don't know how things are going to go. From a gym leader perspective, we're going to have issues with Koga for sure. If Sabrina chooses to actually, attack, she could be a problem. And then for Blaine, I already know that's going to be tough because Fire Blast never misses when he uses it. And then also, on top of that, you have the Intimidation drops that he's going to have, so even our one physical move that we have isn't going to do nearly as much damage. So what we'll do is we'll go to Koga, and if we can't beat him, then we'll head over to Silphco. There's plenty of trainers inside to level up on, and some vitamins to grab as well, as I'm sure you all know by now. Beyond that, I'm not entirely sure, so let's just hope for the better when it comes to those particular fights. He starts with Coughing, and we use Return, taking it to half as it uses Smokescreen. Next turn, we take it to red, and it uses Self-Destruct, annihilating us in a Cyberman vs. Yamcha-style kamikaze attack. Surely that had to be some kind of fluke, right? Well, yes and no. See, when it doesn't goodbye TN itself, we usually take it down and get to the muck. Unfortunately, by the time we take down the muck, if we take it down, we've taken a good bit of damage, and also usually end up poisoned. One time, we technically made it to the Wheezing, but that's because the second Coughing went ahead and took both of us out with a self-destruct, so I don't think that really counts, but So you know what that means. That means that it is a grind session through every single trainer in Silphco, doing a sweep, floor by floor, grabbing whatever vitamins that we can. If for some reason after all this we can't make any kind of progress, whether it be in Silphco or the Koga fight, it's at that time we'll go ahead and level up further. But while we're here, let's go ahead and see if we can take on the rival. Pidgeotto's up first, and we go ahead and open with Return, taking it to right around half, and it uses Feather Dance, meaning our attack just takes it into the red. We get hit hard with Wing Attack, and then we can knock it out next turn. Not the best start for us. Charizard is up next, outspeeds us, and then burns us to a crisp. Alright, well, let's go try that Koga fight. Coughing is up first, so we start with Return, taking it to yellow as the sludge hits for solid damage, and then we can go ahead and take it down. Muck is up next, so we use Return, taking it to almost half as it uses Minimize. We swap to Magical Leaf, 1, wanting to make sure we don't miss, and 2, trying to keep it from healing range, which we do. But then it sets up Acid Armor, so we have to use a Magical Leaf again, which means Koga lands in the healing range, and then Koga heals up and promptly takes us down. As much as I hate to say it, I think we're just gonna have to level up and try again as we do so. Ultimately, we're just not doing enough damage to be able to take them down with enough HP after each individual Pokemon. So all the way at level 60, we can take the Coughing down in one shot, meaning that we don't get exploded on. As Muck comes out, we use Return, taking it to below half, and it sets up Acid Armor. After that, it gets knocked to yellow, so after that, he gets healed up, and then we just take it down 3 shots later. After that, his Coughing goes down to 1 shot, and then Wheezing goes to below half, hitting us for solid damage, and then goes down afterwards. Now, we'll go ahead, head back to Silphco, try our hand at the rival fight, because honestly, we are not ready to fight Blaine, no matter what happens. Pidgeotto's up first, and we use Return, landing a critical hit to take it down, avoiding both Sand Attack and Feather Dance. Next out is Charizard, and we get another critical hit, taking it down in 1 shot. Execute comes out, we take it to red, and it does hit us with Stun Spore. Because of that, it outspeeds and lands a weak Confusion before we knock it out. When Alakazam comes out, he sets up Calm Mind, and it's also a one-shot. Then, Gyarados is his last Pokemon. We get hit with Dragon Rage, and we use Giga Drain, taking it into the yellow, and immediately healing up to full. And then the next turn, we just take it out to finally win the battle. 7 attempts in, but after a quick heal up, it's time to fight Giovanni. Nidorino's his first Pokemon, and we open with Magical Leaf, taking it to half as Poison Sting connects for a bit of damage, and then we take it down. Nidoqueen is out, and we take it to half, get hit with Tail Whip, and then we can take it down. Then it's out to Kangaskhan, and Fake Out flinches us. We use Giga Drain, taking it to yellow, and heal up, as it only uses Rage, and then we knock it out. Then, finally, you have Rhyhorn, and Magical Leaf takes it out for a simple one-shot. Alright. Now it's time for us to see if we can take on Sabrina, and given our level, I don't think it's going to take us too many tries. Kadabra's up first, so we use Return, taking it down with a single Return. After that, it's out to Venomoth, and we use Return, taking it down as well. Mr. Mime is our next Pokemon, and that's another one-shot. Then, finally, you have Alakazam, and Calm Mind is set up before it, too, goes down to a one-shot, winning us a very quick battle. But do you think Blaine will be easy? Because I definitely don't. Blaine first sends out Growlithe, and we open with Return, taking it down a one-shot. Ponyta's his next Pokemon, and we use Return, taking it to red as Fire Blast connects, hitting us for a decent bit of damage. Blaine heals up, we take it back to red, then take it down, after another heal up, of course. He sends out Rapidash, and we continue with the best shot we got, and we take it to yellow, but another Fire Blast hits, and we get burnt. We swap to Magical Leaf to finish it off, and then as Arcanine comes out, we use Giga Drain, and then Fire Blast knocks us out. Let me try that again in just a couple levels. At level 67, we're able to take the Growlithe down with a single Return, just like before. Ponyta's next, and once again, we take it to a Sliver. Fire Blast connects, Blaine heals, and then 2 Giga Drains take it out to 1, obviously, take it out, but also ensure that we have full health, and we actually just repeat that process with the Rapidash. We use Giga Drain on Arcanine, and it misses Fire Blast, keeping us healthy as we take it into the yellow. We sadly not get any healing range as Blaine heals up. We're still using Giga Drain though, and we take it back to yellow as Fire Blast connects. Burns us, but thankfully, Magical Leaf is enough to take it down and win us the badge. Alright, so that's one more badge to go. We'll head back into Viridian City, take out Giovanni, the pre-Elite Four rival fight, and then we'll cover an overview of who I think is going to be the biggest issues of the Elite Four. Rhyhorn is first, so we use Magical Leaf, taking it down a one-shot. Nidoqueen is the next Pokemon he sends out. We take it to red as Body Slam connects and unfortunately paralyzes us. Giovanni heals up and we take it back to red, then take it down. Nidoking comes out and Thrash does some pretty solid damage with a crit as Magical Leaf takes it to red. Another Thrash connects and then it goes down. Dugtrio comes out and uses Slash as we use Giga Drain to ensure our survival as we take it down and heal up. Last but not least is Rhyhorn and another Giga Drain takes it down, finishing an easy last gym leader. Also, just as a point of self-promotion, I haven't forgotten my gym leader swap video. I just haven't had the time to edit it. The script and recording are done, but just be patient if you have been looking forward to that. Probably next month, if I'm being honest. Let's go fight that rival now. The rival starts off with Pidgeot and Return takes a DL as Wing Attack connects. Charizard is next, so we get hit with Flamethrower down to 70 HP and we use Return, taking it to half, then get taken down. Maybe this isn't going to go the way I wanted to. Let me try getting both the Quick Claw to try and outspeed the Charizard. I also make sure to grab the Miracle Seed just in case the buff to our stab moves can also provide us a little bit of help. Because if Giga Drain is doing more with the Miracle Seed, that just means that it's a little bit more HP that we'll have. Could be a negligible amount, but hey, 1 HP is 1 HP, Pidgeot goes to yellow with Return and then goes down after hitting us with Wing Attack. Charizard does outspeed because we went with Miracle Seed, and then we actually land a crit on it to take it down. As the Scrambled Egg comes out, we take it to red, then Stun Spore connects, but we take it down. Alakazam first sets up Calm Mind, as always, so we just take it down with a Return. Then, Rhyhorn comes out, hits with Takedown. We use a Giga Drain, taking it down to heal up a good chunk of health for his Gyarados. Hydro Pump connects for not much damage, and Giga Drain takes it to yellow as we outspeed next turn, taking it down and winning the battle. Alright, so with that being the case, we're going to go ahead and make our way to the Elite Four after getting a few more Ethers just to make sure that we don't run out of Giga Drains. Low PP moves are powerful, which is great, But given the fact that they max out at 8 uses each, I want to make sure that we have it through the entirety of the Elite Four, which is the main problem. As for the members of the Elite Four, Lorelei, I don't think is going to be too much of an issue. Yes, she'll deal super effective damage to us, but with Giga Drain and Magical Leaf, we should be able to take her down pretty easily. Even the Jinx, as long as it doesn't keep us asleep for too long, we should be fine. Then with Bruno, he has 2 Onyx, and assuming that they're sent out after some of his other fighting Pokemon, we might actually be able to remain close enough to full health going through his team. Now Agatha, that's where things are going to get dicey. In this gym, every single ghost type, all 3 of them, have that wonderful and awful partial poisoning types. So our attacks are going to be next to useless, and our normal move is actually useless, so I see that taking a while. Then you have Lance and, well, dragons, so he's probably going to be an absolute monster to go against. The final rival, as long as the Fire Blast or 2 misses, getting through that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Place bets on if we're going to be able to do this, because honestly, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Lorelei first sends out Dugong, and we open with a Magical Leaf, taking it to red as it uses Ice Beam. Lorelei does heal up, and we go ahead and continue with Magical Leaf to take it back to red. And then we can just finish it off with Return. Slowbro is next, so we use Giga Drain, taking it down 1 shot, and that puts us back to full health. Lapras is next, so we take it into the yellow as it uses Confuse Ray, and the berry brings it out of healing range. Next turn, we smack ourselves, and Ice Beam does a good chunk of damage. The next turn, we Giga Drain it, taking it out and healing it up. Jinx comes out, and we use Return, taking it to red as it puts us to sleep. Lorelei heals up, and we actually get a pretty quick wake up, snap out of confusion, and land a Magical Leaf as Ice Punch does way too much damage before we swap to Return to take it down. Cloyster's their last Pokemon, and we use Giga Drain, taking it down in 1 shot to win us the first of the Elite Four, and on our very first attempt. Next up is Bruno, and I really hope that's going to be a first attempt as well. Onyx is first, so we use Magical Leaf, taking it down in 1 shot. Next out is Hitmonchan, and Magical Leaf takes it to yellow as it hits a Rock Tomb, lowering our speed. It hits Sky Uppercut, and then we take it down and get a level up. Hitmonlee is up next, so we swap over to Giga Drain to make sure we get some HP back as he uses Mega Kick, and then we take it to half. Another kick, and Giga Drain takes it down. Machamp comes out and uses Bulk Up, which is frightening, but we use Giga Drain, taking it to half. Cross Chop connects to take us to red, and we take it to red as the berry heals it out of healing range. It misses its X Cross Chop, so we can take it down. Finally, it's out to Onyx, and he uses Double Edge to take us back into the red, but 1 Giga Drain takes it down to win us the battle. Now here, dear viewer, this is where I do not plan on wasting any of your time with any fabrication of any tales of being able to one-shot our team, or being very stubborn and being able to paralyze and just whittle our team down through sheer determination, because sadly, that is not what happens here. As we go through these attempts, we try Giga Draining when we get low on HP. We try Magical Leafing while she's double teaming. She pulls out some switching on her team, causing a lot more trouble than usual. Given the fact that she has those poison types and also a flying type that carries a flying type move, we just can't take on her team. So without much of a choice, we are going to level up. As always, I'll be sure to show off some of my amazing losing attempts through the levels, and I'm going to post a picture here of my doggo using a bed incorrectly, just so you can see how badly we get walled. We can usually get through 1 or 2 of her Pokemon, especially when she switches, but beyond that, we're just getting killed. All the way at level 90, we take Gengar to half as it uses Double Team, and then we can go ahead and take it down. As Arbok comes out, we take it to half. It uses Screech, and then we take it down with another Return. On to the second Gengar that puts us to sleep before we hit it, and it uses Sludge Bomb. Thankfully, we wake up quickly, take it to half as it misses its next Hypnosis, then take it down with a quick Giga Drain so our HP isn't completely tanked. Golbat comes out next, so we take it to yellow as an Air Cutter hits for solid damage. Last up is Haunter. We Giga Drain it to yellow, but thankfully it just uses Curse and finishes itself off for us, winning... I don't even know how many attempts in. That took forever. Even at this level, this was still over a dozen attempts, I know that much. On to Lance, and I'm hoping that after that stint of level ups, we're not going to have to again. Truth be told, if we do have to level up anymore, there isn't much of an improvement we can make but this is still further than Chikorita did, so maybe it's not all Johto grass types. Lance starts off with Gyarados, so we use Magical Leaf, taking it to yellow as it uses Bite. Gyarados then gets healed up, and we take it back to yellow, then take it down. Aerodactyl does outspeed, obviously, and uses Wing Attack as we use Giga Drain, taking it to red and get healed up. Lance then withdraws to Dragonite, and we do what is a pitiful amount of damage with Magical Leaf. We use Stun Spores that uses Safeguard a bit too late, then swap over to Return, taking it to almost half. Wing Attack does solid damage, and Return takes it to red as another Wing Attack hits hard, but the berry pulls it out of healing range. We then use another Return, and that thankfully does knock it out. Aerodactyl then comes back out, uses Wing Attack, and we use Giga Drain for a small sliver of HP back. Dragonair is up next as Safeguard wears off. We use Giga Drain since he no longer has that flying type attack, taking it to half as Safeguard wears off. Then it sets up another Safeguard, but we just take it down with Giga Drain. His last Dragonair is out, and we use our final Giga Drain, taking it to half, getting back into the green, and it hits us with Thunder Wave. It locks into Outrage, which only does a little because it's a Dragonair, so we take it down with a Magical Leaf. That wins suspiciously well. One more fight and then this run is over, so let's do this. Pidgeot is up first, and we use Return, taking it down with a critical hit, which is a phenomenal start. Next out is Charizard, and we get him a Fire Blast and fire off a Return that takes it below half. To keep it from healing range, we do a Giga Drain, taking it to yellow, and the Fire Blast just finishes us off. Let me try this again with a Quick Claw, we'll see if we get anywhere. The very next attempt, both the Charizard and the Pidgeot go down to 2 returns each. Alakazam is next, and Psychic does a solid bit of damage as we fire off a Return, taking it down. Exeggutor comes out, we use Return, taking it to yellow as it uses Light Screen, so the next Return takes it down without issue. After that, you still have Rhydon, and that's going to go down to a single shot, but with Giga Drain, it gets most of our health back to us in the process. Last but not least is Gyarados, and we use Giga Drain, taking it to not quite half as Dragon Rage connects. A Magic Leaf takes it into the yellow, and Thrash does decent damage. The Light Screen wears off, so our next attack finishes it off, winning the battle and the run. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this run, and once again apologies if my voice sounded a little bit off due to the sickness I'm getting over. I gotta get this video edited ASAP and then work on a video commission for the wonderful Late Night Candy. Her first Dark Souls game is going to be coming to an end probably within the next month or two, and I think after that, I'll have a small break in between that and Dark Souls 2. I've never played the game, so it's been an absolute blast getting to watch somebody start their YouTube journey, so if you have made it this far, please go ahead and make sure to give her a watch as well. Wonderful human being, absolutely love her. I love you guys as well. Also, as of right now, Azumarill for next week is winning the poll, so that's probably what's going to end up being the video that we do. In the meantime, though, I hope the rest of the year treats y'all with kindness, and let me know what you're doing for Halloween, because it's getting close. And as always, if you liked the video, even if you didn't like the video, hit that like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out.